Well, I forgot to shoot a video. We've been working. We're working on getting the shifter stuff in. Spent a bit of time down there because where the header is, it's really difficult getting a start towards the linkage on the tranny. Here's our quarter stick. We have a mount for it in there, but I've got to get everything back in to run the cable, which of course is right on top of the transmission because this is a tiny car. So just gotta start working, getting all that run in there. And then in a little bit, I will show you the difficulties down below on the tranny itself. Okay, we've already knocked the grommet out of the hole once, so we're gonna pick the car up and go look for that. But you can see the stick has a mounting pad, you know, just ahead of the handbrake. So that shouldn't be too bad. She's in neutral because that's part of the setup for this quarter stick. Okay, we're about to put the car back down. We found the grommet and we've done our loose routing of the cable. So this is what I was monkeying with earlier, is getting that on there, and getting this is a nightmare, but it's in neutral. I don't want to monkey with it. I'm going to have to readjust it in a little bit, but right now it's in neutral, and you can see why that's hard to get at. That header tube is directly under everything. So we're going to drop the car down. Okay, we've got her in neutral. She's up against the reverse top. Got her pinned through the tunnel, which we're going to fill with either dum-dum or some Dynamat at some point before we're done. We don't want to limit access to our neutral safety switch here, so we'll deal with that much later when we're wiring. But now it's time to go underneath and see if we can make this work. Okay, we have both ends hooked up. We're in neutral now. Should be able to go to first, second, third, all the way back to neutral. I don't know how I'm going to do the reverse flip. There we go, reverse, park. All right. And there's neutral. Click it down, boom. 1, 2, 3. Because this is a reverse valve body. And it's a manual valve body, as much as I hate them. Some people insist upon them. So let me get the car back up and I'll show you what it looks like from underneath. Okay, so here you can see the cable snaking around. I'm going to have to come up with some clamp points yet, you know, to make sure she doesn't just sit and vibrate and rub holes through her. You know, we'll put some clamps on. But she comes around, oh, I'm really close, to the bracket on the bottom of the tranny. And then she's very adjustable right here. So, you know, we can always loosen that, pop that hairpin, and turn this in and out a little bit if we need to. But right now she's back in neutral. You can see up here that it's just a pinch arrangement on a round shaft. So nothing positively keying it. So not GM. Very, very Ford. Why wouldn't you want something that can slip? Yeah, this looks pretty good. Like I showed you a second ago, it shifted. We're going to have to come up with a couple little locating points to keep this from pinching or vibrating or anything. But I'm pretty happy with how the shifter cable went in. And here is the joys of building stuff. Drilling and tapping tiny holes in inconvenient locations so that you can clamp things. Never fun, but it's got to be done. There, and now that those have been drilled and tapped, we got the brackets in, and that will help keep those located. And then Arlen's looking for a little clip to go here to hold those two together, and we think it will always want to be pushed up to the body to keep it away from the drive shaft, but we will deal with that later if we have to. Okay, just remembering everything we had done before. This was actually somebody else had come up with this, and we'll massage it and make it a little nicer, but the radiator is huge. Not happy with those fans. I think we can go quite a bit bigger on that, so we're going to explore that. But you can see it's actually pretty spacious, really. Plenty of room for air to push, and no restrictions on this side So we actually should be able to move a little bit of air, but it's still not going to be a car that wants to sit and idle for 20-30 minutes. It's not going to like that at all. So we'll do everything we can to try to keep this cool. Alright, this is going to be the close of the video. We've started looking at how we're going to route the heater hoses. I don't remember if I discussed it in the past, but we have a valve that has to be in there. And of course it's directional. So maybe we can find a way to mount it down in here. Oh, I guess I should let you see that. So we'll see what we can do there. But yeah, otherwise it will always be pretty warm in the cab. And it's going to be hard enough to keep heat out of here as it is, even with all this Dynamat. So might as well shut the water down to the heater, which is really there just so we can have defrost, because this is Minnesota and defrost is very important in Minnesota. So, and I don't know what we're going to do for the shift knob yet. We've got the one that came with the Hurst quarter stick set up, but I imagine he's going to do something a little cooler than that. That's a ways down the road. But at this point, this is working and we're happy. So that is going to be the end of this week's Henry J video. I know these things are always short and it never looks like much gets done, but it takes time to do all this stuff. Tapping those screws back there for those clamps, that was fun. So, alright, maybe we'll get some more film next week.